You know, a lot of people struggle with a sore lower back. There are lots of reasons for that. Posture is probably number one, whether you're sitting, standing, even doing yoga. If you don't have great posture, you're going to make this pretty sore. The other thing is sports. Now, I know I'm holding a broomstick here, but if you're a tennis player or you're golf, you can see there's a little bit of asymmetry in what you're doing. And sometimes your sacrum is going one way and your hips are going another way. Now, the truth is that it's really a three-way. It's a kind of a threesome between your sacrum, your pelvis, and your spine. So if you want to keep it all happy, you need to bend from the hips. Now, this is quite simply, after my 20 years of teaching, I just learned this little one, that really demonstrates how you want to be bending over. Because typically, we bend over and we round our backs, right? Okay. But you know they always tell you, when you're bending over, bend your knees. So, if you take the broomstick handle, you reach above your head, and then you reach right at your sacral area, that's it, okay? And then you bend. Now, you can't round your spine this way. And the reason I'm showing you this is because if you do this and keep this handy, you're going to remember to bend with your knees and bend from your hips, okay? So that's what this is all about. We're going to reprogram how you do certain things so that your lower back will be happy. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with a couple of standing postures. So spread your feet wide apart. And then I'll do the mirror image. Turn your left foot forward 90 degrees. Pivot on the ball of your back foot so that your foot's about 20 to 30 degrees. Now, your heel should create a straight line through the arch of your back foot. Keep your torso, shoulders right over your hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up to shoulder height. Breathe, exhale, lower your shoulders down. We're going to go into Trikonasana. So reach forward over those front left toes. Reach as far as you can. When you can't reach any further, hinge. Let your front arm fall inside of your front leg and reach the other arm up. Now, if you have blocks, some people like to put a block inside of their leg. I'm going to bend my knee and show you. But this is not to put weight on. It's just a bit of guidance and helps perhaps with a bit of balance. But the energy is up, up, up. Now the reason we're doing the standing postures we're doing is because the sacrum is all about stability. So there are ligaments and muscles that connect to your sacrum that only get to be a stabilizing factor when you're standing. When you're sitting, stability is lost. It's not necessary, basically. All right, let's come back up. Bend your front knee. Notice my torso did not go forward. All right, this is another tip. So my sacrum's working hard, and the sacrum doesn't have a lot of mobility. It's all about stability. All right, now place your front forearm on your front thigh, and then take your back arm down, around, and open up your chest to the front of your mat. Reach with your top arm so you have a line of energy going along the outside of your body. And you're stretching with your fingers. So you get a great stretch through the rib cage, the intercostal muscles. And breathe. Keep breathing. When we sit, we lose a lot of strength, muscles shorten, joints tighten and stiffen. And that's even if you're sitting with good posture. If you're sitting with poor posture, now you're not breathing properly. If you eat in front of your computer or eat at your desk, it impedes digestion. All sorts of things stream, but this is about creating some good habits, reaching up and pivot your feet. And let's go to the other side. I'm going to leave the block back there because I don't need it, but if you do, then pick it up. Now, again, Trikonasana. Your legs are straight, knees are not locked. Reach forward as far as you can. When you can't reach any further, be organic. Just let that front arm fall inside of your front leg. Don't overextend, don't overreach. Lots of people think, I need to put my fingers on the floor. No, you don't. You want to keep both shoulders aligned, and if you were between two panes of glass, your shoulders would be touching the back pane, and your feet or your palms might be touching the front pane. So there's incredible alignment and integrity when we pay attention to our alignment. Breathing, enjoying, feeling the body firm, grounded, and working. Inhale, come on up. Shoulders over hips, wrists over ankles. Bend that front knee. Keep your torso straight up and down. Lower your front forearm onto your front thigh. Here's another way to get into Parsvottanasana. Bring that front arm straight in front of you. Press your shoulder back and then sweep the arm overhead. We want to take care to move into our postures with awareness, compassion, and respect. Breathing, which means you're inhaling and you're exhaling. Reaching with that top arm, it's not, and your fingers, everything is active. Parsvottanasana, side angle bend, strengthening your sacral area, lower back. Inhale, come on up. And then walk your feet together or jump them together if you like. And now we're going to come down onto our mats. And just so you get to see what's going on here, when we sit on the floor, or when we sit down, period, typically our back's round if we're sitting in a chair. But sitting on the floor and honoring the natural curves of the back can be difficult for a lot of us. Why? Our backs are weak, our hips are tight. So take a cushion, place it underneath, lift your hips up, and if you're using a block, that's fine too. You can do that. So when you lift your hips up, it's much easier to rotate your pelvis a little bit forward. But again, you want your pelvis and your sacrum to move together. So that's why we always bend from the hips. But right now, we're going to sit in Dandasana, staff pose. Place your hands beside your hips. If need be, to keep your shoulders down, bend at the elbows. Activate your legs by flexing your feet. You'll notice your muscles become active. Gently pull your navel towards your spine. Let the crown of your head float up. Let your chin be level, parallel to the floor. Dandasana is to seated poses as Tadasana is to standing poses. It is the basis. Now inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching up, stretching up. Remember, we're bending from the hips, not from the back. So the hips are the crease in your leg. Inhale, lift up out of your waist. Exhale, bend forward. You don't need to go very far to start. Breathe. Try to align your neck with your spine. In fact, it never matters how far you go. It's more about your alignment and honoring your body at the moment of practice. Keep flexing your feet. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, forward fold a little bit more. Keep reaching and stretching. It's not just about going forward and down. It's about stretching and lengthening and opening. Now, this can get tiring for the shoulders. We have another option here. Bring your arms behind your back, interlock your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Fantastic for counteracting our rounded, hunched shoulders that we spend a lot of our time in. Can't help it. Arms are forward. But we can always improve and develop better habits and become more aware and caring, not judgmental, just caring awareness. And once you form the habits, you don't even have to think about it. That's the beautiful thing about achieving great health. Just create the habits. So let's bring the arms out in front again. I'm going to grab my belt. Lifting up, exhale, forward fold. Reaching and stretching. Now normally I would go further down, but I slipped on some ice a few days ago, so I'm going to practice with awareness and respect. And I'm just going to put a belt around the balls of my feet, not the arches, because I want to keep my feet flexed. And this way I can use the strap and protect my back by not overdoing it. Of course, if your toes are available, if you don't have a strap, you can grab the outsides of your legs. Try not to let your shoulders come up around your ears. Move them away. And just breathe. By holding the posture, we increase the benefits. Yin yoga is probably more important these days than anything, because we're all moving a little bit too fast, or we're not moving enough. Usually it's one or the other. And both of these things are problematic. If you're not moving a lot, you know what happens, you stiffen up. If you're too busy, moving too quickly, then you're not giving your body the chance and the opportunity to restore, heal, and balance itself. Okay, walk your hands back up your legs. And then I'm going to come into a bit of a 3/4 here. We're going to come into giannis. So bring your right foot inside of your left leg. Now, part of the reason we're doing some of these exercises is not just to strengthen the sacrum. It is to loosen up some of the joints that don't perhaps get used during a day. So right now, your knee and your hip, your inner thigh, and your quadricep muscle is being stretched. Sometimes we might need a block to support our knee if you're feeling any discomfort. And I just want you to sit up straight here. We're not even going to bend forward. This would be considered asymmetrical, and as I mentioned at the top, doing things that are asymmetrical can be a problem, depends. But sitting up nice and tall, lifting at the sternum, chin is neither jutting out nor is it tucked in. It's neutral. The foot of the straight leg remains flexed. So you can feel the work that the body has to do even to hold Janusirshasana on the right side. And then bring that knee up. Keep the foot flat on the floor next to your knee. Now we're going to do a bit of a twist, but the twist is going to happen mostly at the upper back and the cervical vertebra, because basically the lumbar vertebra are not designed to twist as much as the upper ones, and the sacrum, it will move as a unit, but it doesn't really get into the twisting. It just moves with the pelvis. All right, so let's place I'm doing the mirror image, so your right leg is bent, your right hand is propping you up. Inhale the left one up, exhale, let's just wrap the arm around the leg. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Spiraling up, twisting mostly the upper spine and the neck. So most of our tension begins in the mind, and it finds its way down into your neck and your shoulders and your chest. This way we're releasing. If it feels good, of course, close your eyes so you can go inside. Breathing, if you like, Ujjayi breath, that sound of by narrowing the back of the throat, we create that soft, almost like a hissing sound. One more inhalation, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, gently come around to the other side to counter twist. And straighten the leg that was bent, and bend the other leg and bring the sole of the foot inside of your thigh. Sitting nice and tall. Flex the foot of the straight leg. And again, as I said, most times we would be bending forward, but we're just going to sit nice and tall. If you feel your obliques, you'll know they're working, they're firing. Obliques firing, all your muscles in your back. So these are your core stabilizing muscles. Your sacrum is your stabilizing bone. Sitting tall. Sacroiliac problems represent somewhere between 10 and 30% of back problems. And as I said, a lot of it's just due to poor posture. So practice awareness, and eventually you develop the habits, and you're going to be a happy camper with better habits. Okay. Let's bring that bent knee up. Place your foot. We'll turn towards the camera. Place your foot beside the bent leg. So your left knee is bent now and your left hand is behind you, propping you up. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist and turn. Again, I'm going to recommend, rather than placing the elbow outside of the knee, it's quite a twist. We don't want to destabilize anything. Preferably, place the knee in the crook of the elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twisting from the top Even think about when you inhale again, you're spiraling up. Exhale, twisting a little more. Only go to the place that feels right for you now at this time. Keep flexing the foot of the straight leg. Remember Ujjayi breathing. I'm exaggerating so you can hear it. One more inhalation, reaching up through the crown. You may be at your limit. Be happy there. And on your next exhalation, let's slowly release, twisting to the other side. And come on into the center. Cobbler's pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. Again, you don't need a cushion underneath you, but most people will find it a little easier with a little bit of a lift. So, if you can, take the soles of your feet together and you're working your knees and thighs. So this is a great stretch. Inner thigh. How often are they getting stretched? Not very often. Now you're stretching them. Sit up tall. Lengthen. Now this is a posture that benefits not just the stability of your sacrum when you do it properly, but it also, when we fold, it purges stress and toxins from your reproductive glands and organs and the urinary tract. So, excellent posture for whatever sex you are or want to be, doesn't matter. It's good for everybody. So inhale, lifting up, exhale. If you wish, you can fold forward. And if you wish in this posture, some people would say it's okay to round your spine. So this compression here, excellent for the health of those precious reproductive organs and glands, your urinary tract, and it gives a nice little stretch to your kidneys. Major center for detoxifying your body. Inhale, come on all the way up. Bring your knees together. Send your legs out behind you and bend out the backs of your legs. Bang them out. And then just one more. Thunderbolt pose, Virasana, a block or a pillow. This is really just taking your knees together, your feet apart, sitting back on a cushion. This should be a fairly comfortable position. If you have a block, you've got, of course, 3 different heights. 1, 2, 3. Very useful props. Now this is a nice stretch for the front of your foot, because again, unless you're into ballet or some type of dance where you point your foot a lot, you're not getting any stretch in the front of your ankle. And keeping the ankles that bear so much weight lubricated, all those joints lubricated, those ligaments and tendons stretched, help prevent injury when a foot goes one way or the other. So I hope you're comfortable here. You can stay here for as long as you like. But this is a short video to help you maintain strength and integrity in that lower sacroiliac, the SI joint, lumbar region, keeping your pelvic bowl level and making your body as happy as it can be so you can have a great day. Namaste.